Greetings, everyone. This is a short video that I wanted to make sure you had as you work on project 4, the portfolio. Remember, the portfolio is your final exam. Okay, so the portfolio is all about taking stock and time to think about what you have done during the semester and writing up your learning experience for a panel of English 101 instructors who are not your instructor. So the number one way people have gone wrong with this task in the past is by forgetting their audience. So I'm just going to go into the current week in one of my classes. I have all the classes open right here. So gonna go, if you click on this link, as you already know, it'll take you to the portfolio documents. I am gonna do that. So this is the portfolio assignment and the rubric. This is the template. The template is good because you can just go and copy and paste all of your work into this one document. So you are submitting one Word document as your portfolio. It is going to be a very long document, but don't worry about that part. Just make sure it's all nice and neat in one document and a reader can easily find its contents. That's important because you're delivering this in theory. So actually no one else is going to read this but me. And I'm the only one going to give you a grade for it, put it that way. But things need to be in order and easy to find. So if you use this portfolio template, it'll help you organize all of the documents you have to include. And then this guide to using the portfolio is a step-by-step. You may not need it. If you open it and it's overwhelming, just try to work through the portfolio template itself. You can also use office hours this week. This is the last week I have office hours. This last component, this optional task, that means you do not need to do it. Only if you want to go back to a previous assignment and revise it so that it's improved and you want to shoot for a better grade, that is the only reason you want to use this optional, do this optional revision assignment. So I'm not going to talk about that in that video. If you plan on doing it and you have any questions, bring those questions to office hours, post them on Blackboard. So I'm going to spend most of my time in the portfolio assignment. So let me open that document. No, I'm sorry, not the assignment sheet. You have the assignment sheet. I do want to say something about this. So in the portfolio assignment sheet, the easiest thing I can say is consider everything a short assignment. If it is not a rough draft that went along with one of your 3 projects and is not one of the final revised projects. In our course, I call those the grading finals. So it's the document that comes after the rough draft. A rough draft and that final document, those cannot be considered short assignments. However, all the other tasks you completed during the semester are considered short assignments. So with that means you have a lot of options of what to put for short assignments in your portfolio. So keep that in mind. I will say this again, you should not write for your instructor. You should write for a group of professors. I can't drive this home enough because when you forget that you're writing for other people besides your instructor, you often don't put as much detail as you need in your portfolio and in that letter. So this reflective letter, that is the only new piece of writing that's going to be in your portfolio, which means it is the most important piece of writing in your portfolio. So this task brings together your use of research, including citing sources, your use of narrative, first person, non-fiction writing, because you're writing about real life, and analysis. So taking something apart and explaining how it works. So this ladder is going to include aspects of all 3 writing projects that you worked on this semester. Okay, so, but I do want to look at the template. So you should open and download, if you haven't already, this template. This is the table of contents. It's already got hyperlinks in the text for you. So if I go to this first, so I'm going to go to the first one, and the directions are right here. So you should copy and paste your reflective letter. I can't tell you how long it is. That's part of the final exam. I can't tell you what you should put in it. That's part of the final exam. If you should cite certain information over others, I can't tell you that. However, I can help answer any of your questions that you have about this document. So the letter, and if you have not watched the video that comes along with this material, please watch the video. Let me see. I just want to go step back and look at the portfolio. Yeah, so there's a video in there. If you haven't watched that video, take a second and look at it. Okay, so no, I should take this out. I was practicing. So this is the first short assignment. Copy and paste your tags, your information here. I'm actually just going to replace this short assignment. Oh no, I'm not going to replace it. I'm just going to keep short assignment A, and I'm going to add the bibliography. Okay, boom, there it is. Because that's the task I'm using for talking about my writing this semester. So that means I need to copy and paste that whole MLA bibliography short assignment task into this area and save it. Here's the magic part. I think is magic. I'm going to update my table of contents. Boom, look. And next to short assignment, it has the name of the assignment that I'm actually putting there. So, but you need to download this document and save it so that you can do this stuff in your document. So I need to take this out of here. So when you come to it, you don't see my examples that I've put in here. All right. So you should download and save this task, this template. Now, the biggest part of this assignment is the reflective letter. So that means reflection means, well, I'm not going to tell you what it means because we looked at it this semester. The Gibbs reflection cycle, like right now, your job is to try to tell people who weren't your instructor this semester, try to express what you learned. And you do that by addressing 3 of these 4 prompts here. Now, it is important to think about the learning outcomes for the semester. These prompts are to demonstrate how you can synthesize what you learned from the learning outcomes into these prompts and demonstrate what you learned. So that means the outcomes become material that you can use to talk about your learning as you develop an answer, a response to 3 of these 4 prompts. Okay, the other thing, I'm going to go back to Blackboard here. So you need to take some time to think back and do research and look at your notes. And you're like, well, where are my notes? There are 2 places that you should have some notes. I'm going to go. So the first place, if you completed any of the bonus point activities, if you completed any of those are notes. So here's my example of the bonus point reflective task 1. Even if it's not graded, because none of these are graded, I don't start grading them until the end of like somewhere this last week. because they're bonus points. I want you to get done with the real points for the semester before you start looking at how these bonus points will help you out. But the real task for these bonus point opportunities is to give you material so that to help you write your reflective paper. So I clicked directly on the title of the reflective task that I completed. And now I'm going to go over and click on this exclamation point. If it's graded, you click on the graded content, but this one isn't. If I click on that, it'll take me back into my test. It'll show me all of my answers. So why this is important is because if you completed any of this stuff, you can go back and look at, especially this last question. And what did you learn this week? You can go back and look at that and then use that material to help you think about what you learned this semester. Another resource to use is going to be your draft review memos. And if I'm going to take a second in here to go to the example draft review memo, but you have 3 draft review memos that you completed for the 3 different projects. So you have this additional material that you can use for notes. That one I want. Yep, this is what I want. So this is the example draft review memo. So I can go back to my draft review memo, read through what I wrote about learning specific things. And this last section, somewhere in the last few paragraphs of your draft review memo, you should have spoken specifically about some learning outcomes. So in this example, the student writes about how much time they spent on this research project, the fact that it helped them with their critical thinking skills. And then you should have somewhere in your draft review memo something about your overall learning. So if you did this, you can go back to that draft review memo or all 3 of them and assess what you learned. So the draft review memo, along with those reflective bonus point tasks, are the items that can give you more material to complete the reflective letter. That is, yeah, those are my points. So to end this video with some, I think I have 3 key points. The first one is use the material, the reflective material you have throughout the course of the semester. And then, what's my other point? Is, this one. You can still go to the writing lab. Part of the task here is to see how you work out a writing situation. So if you use the writing lab in the past, why not use the writing lab now? You could also work with your instructor, use office hours. And please watch the video and please post questions. That's it.